Wait, this is Texas Todd, your port and shopping expert. I'm really kind of your downtown expert. Right now, I'm standing in Downtown Skagway. This is one of my favorite towns on this all of Alaska. I love it here. You've got these beautiful wooden boardwalks. This is where the gold rush was all about on the days of 1898 and all the amazing things about Alaska. Every reason that you came to Alaska is right here in Skagway. It's so beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. You have a nice little stroll to town. Now, as you walk to town, you know, it's gonna take you 10 minutes or so, give or take, as you're walking to town. They do have a little shuttle bus that will take you from the ship to the end of the pier, and then there's also what they call the smart bus. I always laugh when I talk about the smart bus because it's an acronym. It stands for Skagway Metropolitan Area Rapid Transit. Now, Skagway is really, really small, so I wouldn't say it's a metropolitan area, and it stops every block, so I wouldn't say it's rapid transit either, but it's called the smart bus. It costs you $3 for one way or $5 for all day to hop on and hop off. So grab the smart bus if you want, but I recommend you walk. If you have the ability to walk, it is a beautiful stroll. You're gonna have the mountains on one side. As you're walking in town, it kind of comes up, goes across the railroad tracks and curves, and on your left, you'll see a beautiful pond. Stop and take a look. A lot of times you'll see salmon in there, and during spawning season, it is crazy. They're jumping in and out and rolling around. It's really, really, really cool. It's a beautiful walk into town. As you can tell, I love Skagway. I've been in Alaska. This is my 8th summer up here in Alaska in Skagway. As I said, when you walk down the wooden boardwalks, you just feel like you're in a Western. You know, I'm from Texas, so it really has, when I walk down the wooden boardwalks, you hear ka-clunk, 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 ka-clunk. You know, I feel like I'm Wyatt Earp. You know, I feel like I'm in these old school. It's so cool. You're gonna love this town. Now, obviously, there's some great restaurants, there's some great shopping. The Red Onion Saloon, that's a must-have stop that you want to get to. When you walk into the Red Onion Saloon, it's a nice little restaurant. Of course, they have some beers and some different things there as well, good food. But upstairs, you can actually go upstairs. It was actually a brothel back in the days of 1898, back in the gold rush. And you could take a really cool tour of the place. So when you go up there, a fun fact that I thought was really cool is to entice the ladies of the night, they actually would let them, come in and they would let them wallpaper the room. So they could pick the wallpaper that they wanted to for the actual room itself. So you can go into some of these rooms and you'll see really thick layers of wallpaper, and there's 7, 8 different layers of wallpaper in some rooms, which means there were 7 or 8 different ladies of the night who actually lived in that room and used that room. And you can see it. They also have really cool, like old school curling irons and stuff that were hidden underneath the wooden floors that the women hid so they wouldn't get stolen and things like that. And they have those things there that you can actually see as well. There's a smart bus. Hey, smart bus. All right, so you'll see all kinds of fun stuff as you're going around. What an awesome town. Great food now. There's a place called the Skagway Brewing Company, all right? We all call it the Brew Co. You've got the Skagway Brewing Company. Now they have really good food, but they have local microbrews that they make themselves. Now follow me. They've got a beer in there called Spruce Tip Ale. All right, now spruce tip is a type of evergreen tree. An evergreen tree is a Christmas tree, which means you can go to Alaska and tell people you drank a Christmas tree. How cool is that? I'm telling you, it's an awesome town. I know you're gonna take the train. Everyone takes a train. You're gonna have time before and after that train ride because we're always in Skagway for a long time period. This is an awesome town. You are doing yourself a disservice if you do not get into Skagway. You're gonna walk into town, you're gonna hit Broadway, and when you hit Broadway, that's the main strip. That's where you're gonna see the Red Onion Saloon. You're gonna walk down that street, so much going on. Of course, there is an Effie store here, store number 1 on your map. There's a Del Sol, there's a Carrie Aloha, there's so much going on, but it's all about getting downtown while you're here now. It is a beautiful Effie store. They actually have a really cool mural of a train painted on the outside wall there. If you've gotten something at an Effie store along the way, bring what you brought in, what you've gotten so far. You might be able to find the matching earrings, find the matching ring. You may have gotten in white gold, they have it in rose gold. So I always say you can upgrade, you can add on as you're going through these different ports. So go in and really see what it's all about and see some fun stuff. There are some Del Sol. You're gonna find some Skagway branded items. So you'll have everything changes colors in the sun at Del Sol, but you'll actually see some that say Skagway there. For each different port, they're all a little bit different. So you will see some new stuff if you've already been into a Del Sol store where everything changes colors in the sun. By the way, buy 2 t-shirts, get a tote bag for free. And of course, Carrie Aloha, everything's made out of bamboo. You can order your beds and have them drop shipped to you. You can order your sheets, have them drop shipped to you back in the US. All kinds of great things. So really, really an awesome town. Have a lot of fun and see what it's all about. The food in this town is spectacular. The different microbrews are spectacular. The views are spectacular. One of my favorite stops. I'm telling you, you're gonna love it. So enjoy yourself. They also have the Days of 98 show. It's right in the middle of town. Sometimes they do 2 showings, sometimes they do 3 showings. It depends on how many ships are in town and what's going on. There's usually one before lunch and one after lunch, and you can go in there, and it's a 1-hour show, and it's all about how the gold rush was and what it was all about. And Soapy Smith, he's a notorious outlaw of Skagway. He actually, the town all got together and tricked him. They named him Soapy Smith, by the way, because he did so many little tricks and he was sneaky and he was always slippery. That's why his name is Soapy Smith. It's his fun little nickname. But he would tell people he was going to telegraph stuff, and you would pay money to telegraph, and the wires actually went out to the mountain and they buried him in the ground and it didn't go anywhere. So you paid for a telegraph and it didn't do anything. His really, really cool scam that I thought was kind of unique and really smart, when you came into town to go mining for gold, he would actually rent you equipment to go mining for gold, and you would go out to wherever you were going to go and mine for gold. His buddies would go out and rob and steal his own equipment from you, and then you would come back to him and tell him you got robbed, and then he would charge you for losing his stuff. So he made money by renting it to you, then he stole it back, and then he made you buy it, and it was all his the whole time. He was just a really bad guy, and he was kind of the old outlaw that you think of the West, and they do an entire show about him and his life. Fun fact for you, as you're walking into town and you're on Broadway, if you look off to your right-hand side, you're gonna see a huge pocket watch painted on the side of the mountain. Now that pocket watch is actually set to 8:20. You'll see the time on it, it's 8:20. 8:20 is the exact time that the town of Skagway was actually set free, is what they say, because Soapy Smith was actually killed. He was shot and killed, and when he was shot and killed, it was at 8:20, and that's when the town was actually set free of his evil reign. So really fun, really cool, fun stories you're gonna find, but lots of cool things. You gotta get into downtown. Yeah, the train's gonna be great. Yeah, you're gonna see some cool views. Everything's amazing, but this town is so cool. Please come to downtown. You are doing yourself a disservice. You're truly gonna feel Alaska and the Alaska Gold Rush right here in Skagway in downtown. So get out there and see what it's all about. I'm Texas Todd. I am your port and shopping expert. I'm your downtown expert. I'll see you out and about on the ship. I'll see you out and about everywhere, and I'll certainly see you right here in downtown Skagway.